Anybody who knows me knows that I love cute shit. If it's fluffy, pure, or just downright wholesome, odds are my heart is a puddle on the floor and I couldn't be happier. Perhaps it's because of this that I find myself typically gravitating towards romantic comedies as my go-to genre. Sure, I tend to branch out and partake in several different genres. Some of my favorite shows are big shonen action, sci-fi thrillers, dramas, and off-the-wall comedies. But rom-coms always seem to be the genre that I can safely find solace in whenever I need something to watch. Something about the cute antics of characters coming to terms with this weird thing called love just never seems to fail to put a giant goddamn smile on my face. So at the past anime season, while browsing the selections, I stopped on a title that really caught my eye. A show about the demons and fallen angels living in pandemonium, going about their demonic tasks and indulging in all the fluffiness of the world around them, and learning about what it truly means to love someone. The show, as Miss Beelzebub Likes It, technically takes place in the underworld and stars a cast of demons and fallen angels. Except, looking at it, you would never guess that, as everything and everyone in this show is the fluffiest goddamn thing you'll ever see. Seriously, this show seems like it's the result of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man slathering himself in marshmallow fluff and having his way with a pillow factory. And I freaking love it. And I feel like nobody else that I've interacted with has even heard of, let alone seen, this show, outside of me gushing about it. So I thought it'd make the perfect subject for my first foray into my channel's new direction. As Miss Beelzebub Likes It is about Miss Beelzebub, the ruler of Pandemonium. One day she gets a new assistant, Ouran, who has always looked up to and admired her. Over time, however, he learns about how she is absolutely obsessed with all things cute and fluffy, and despite his initial annoyance by her lack of work ethic, he ultimately ends up falling for her. It follows their antics as well as those of the supporting cast as they all explore their own adorable little personalities and flaws as they wrestle with coming to terms with their own budding feelings of love towards one another as well. And if that makes it sound like this show has nothing really going on in the plot department, well then let me assure you, you are absolutely correct. If you're looking for a show with an engaging plot that will keep you hooked from one episode to the next, you are going to find that severely lacking here. However, if you are looking for a show that will leave you near tears, or in my case, actually in tears, with just how freaking precious and adorable it is, this show will pass with flying colors. The music is light, tame, and the colors are soft and charming. The characters are all precious and endearing in their own... And most of the characters are all precious and endearing in their own special ways. Azazel, the bestest, most sweetest boy, is a socially awkward sweetheart of a man who communicates pretty much entirely through the use of pre-written signs. I still have no idea how he writes them or where he keeps them. Despite his gruff outward appearance, he's a complete softie who also loves fluffy and cute things and has a collection of plushies. Sunarkatanis is the tough, no-nonsense authority figure who tries to make sure work actually gets done, and is a bit of a sadist, but underneath hides the fact that she, as well, also loves the same cute and fluffy stuff as the others. Belphegor is a petite girl with crippling social anxiety, getting so nervous around people who aren't Beelzebub that she is reduced to a quivering mess, and, particularly around men, develops a nervous bladder and cannot keep herself from peeing. There are other characters who are all amazing in their own rights, as well as so many more things about these characters that make me fall in love with them, but I would go on for far longer than I really should in this video. Every moment that this cast spends on screen just sends my heart aflutter. I have never thought a show could bring me to the point of nearly having a heart attack from just how unbearably precious and adorable it is, and yet this show managed it multiple times. Now, with all that being said, I do not think this show is a good one to binge on. As I said, there really is no relevant plot to keep you hooked from one moment to the next. Rather, I think the show is best used as a sort of palate cleanser between other things. Mix it into a rotation of a more actiony or dark show you're watching, and that's where its true charm will really shine. I do not want to talk about how many times it took me to record that line. Or hell, after a bad day in general, I found this show is capable of perking you up even in the most foul of moods. Susan really piss you off at work because she decided to act like a child? Oh, look at little fluffums. Some moron on a bike cut you off on the road and then get mad as if you did something wrong? Aw, look at them, they're so cute. Overestimate your talent and end up failing on your 3rd consecutive YouTube project, making it now 3 months after you swore you would get to work and do something with your life that you're proud of, and now you finally figured out what you want to do, but it's already too late because the relevant time period for the show you're talking about has already passed, so who's going to care? As Miss Beelzebub Likes It is an adorable little romp chock full of feel-good moments and just sheer, unbridled wholesomeness. While this show did have a rocky start on my anime list, I want to say it started out with like an average rating of 6.3, 6.4. It warms my heart to see it's gone up a full point over the course of its run. Its first episode definitely is a bit shaky, as it throws you into its fluffiness full force from the get-go, and it can honestly seem a little off-putting on your first watch. Some moments even start portraying it as just another trash-tier pile of fan service. But I swear that if you're someone who can appreciate the cuter and softer things in life, it's worth sticking around. The 4th episode in particular is so painfully precious. It was one of the episodes responsible for actually bringing a tear to my eye. Alright. I do feel, though, that before I wrap up anything with this show, I do have to talk about one thing in particular that I view as a glaring flaw. That is, specifically, the Yuri. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and frankly, I don't care. I just find her defining characteristic exceptionally creepy and unsettling. She's obsessed with young boys, staring at them, watching, basking in their innocence. I think at one point in the show she brushes it off, saying that there's nothing sexual about it, but when you're drooling at the sight of young boys, stalking groups of them to get sneak peeks at their ankles, Jesus Christ, there's something wrong with you, and I feel like I should call somebody. Like, seriously, every other character in the show is so amazing and fun to watch. Why do the writers feel like she was a good idea? Her creepiness just feels so out of place and uncomfortable. Get out of my show! I don't want you here! Fortunately, after her appearance in the first half of episode 4, she appears rather infrequently, so most of the time, you can just kind of forget she exists. With her aside, I have to say that As Miss Beelzebub Likes It was honestly one of my bigger surprise hits with me this past anime year, along with Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, a show I'm sure you've heard about elsewhere. When I first read the description and watched the first episode, it reeked of just trash-tier moe blob nonsense that I would probably forget about and drop about as fast as I picked it up. But I felt compelled to watch past the first episode to see if I was wrong, and wow am I ever glad that I did. If you're looking for the perfect pick-me-up show to sprinkle throughout the rest of your anime watching, be it new shows this coming season or catching up on old favorites, As Miss Beelzebub Likes It will scratch that itch. Thank you so much for watching my first non-AMV mixtape related video. What did you think? Do you think you'll check the show out, or have I accidentally convinced you otherwise? Or, if you've already seen it yourself, what were your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and as much as I hate saying it, please, while you're down there, leave a like and subscribe. I would really like my channel to start getting some traction, so any help that you can give in these early days is beyond appreciated, and I will love you forever. Rest assured, I am not abandoning the AMV mixtapes. In fact, I'm actually working on a segment for the next one right now. They just aren't going to be the only focus of my channel now, but I will try to make sure that my drive to get into other things here will not affect the production of them. Until next time, I'm the Angry Avocado, and I do not have a sign-off yet. Hey guys, also just wanted to include a quick follow-up. As of the launch of this video, my Patreon will officially be up, running, and public. If you could swing over there, check it out, I'd really appreciate that. The link is in the description. As I said, I'm just now getting started, so anything that helps get the ball rolling is really going to mean so much to me. Getting started is the hardest part, and I'd be so appreciative if the people who lived above me would try to keep it down when they're walking upstairs. Getting started is the hardest part, and I'd be so appreciative if you're able to help me in my goal. Even if it's just a $1 donation, it would mean the world to me. If not, that's fine. I'm also just super grateful that you took the time to watch my video. And also, like I said, if you can swing down the comments, please let me know, what's working, what's not working. I love as much feedback as I can possibly get as I'm trying to keep going forward. Thank you again, everybody.